Welcome to the Ribeye Radio Show, the official show of the Steak Cook Off Association. Now, sit back, grab a cold one, and let's see what's cooking.
We're on.
Good day, it's Saffron here from Australia, but today I'm in West Arkansas in the ultimate Mancave with a bunch of guys, and we're just getting ready for the World Squirrel Championship. Like, can you hear anything more exciting than that? Like, that's totally exciting to me. Tomorrow I get to taste all of them, judge them, and hopefully there'll be a few surprises in there, but nothing too scarily surprising.
I think it's going to be really interesting.
If the past years are anything to go by, what have you seen before? There's been squirrel ice cream, so they candied that squirrel, put it in ice cream, the old traditional dumpling and squirrel, so full range of things. Looking forward to it.
Squirrel sushi, squirrel and dumplings.
Squirrel sushi? That one doesn't sound quite right, but I'll give it a go.
Yeah, we'll try it.
You can do anything once.
We'll have beverages. Why don't we go around the room and say who's here today? We got a lot of guests around tonight.
Okay, I'll walk around and they can introduce themselves. How about that? So, the famous American Royal Rib first place from just a few weeks ago, we have
Mark Lambert with Sweet Swine O' Mine.
a regular, I'm guessing, of course.
Of course. The mayor, Ken Phillips, Steak Cook Off Association.
I think they know that one.
They know that one.
Hiding in the corner, we have
Danny Kennedy, Memphis, Tennessee.
Hogtail.
Okay, so anyone who's been following me would have seen all my posts of the vertical spit and a very, very casual gentleman watching every rotation, and he's here today too.
Mark Krigler from Chandler, Arizona, just doing a little barbecue tour.
All right, you got to love the number of states represented here. All right, next.
I'm Goose, and I'm from Pea Ridge, Arkansas.
You could tell straight away from the accent. Isn't that a beautiful
that
accent?
wasn't a shocker there.
I'm Janie Wellesley, and I'm from Pineville, Missouri.
And
Dan Judd from Pea Ridge, Arkansas.
And Dan, what do you do with the Steak Cook Off Association?
Cook steaks.
How are you doing in the national rankings?
Are you number one?
We're number one right now, but we'll see how it turns out.
What's your ring size?
14.5.
Why, what a big finger you have, sir. Wow.
We cook on a piqué.
No wonder she's always smiling. All right, back to it. Let's bring Mark. Let's talk to Mark here about Memphis in May.
How about it?
I think you had a little fun there.
Memphis in May is always a big event. And for the past, 8 or 9 years, we've had a huge party, and we've always been sponsored by George Dickel, CSX Railroad.
We had a big time with you.
We put on a big party and a big show and a lot of fun. And at the end of the day, it's a huge amount of work to bring all of that stuff down to the river from your place and set it all up, make it all pretty, and then entertain a bunch of people. And then once you're completely worn out, to take all that crap back to your house and clean it all up and store it away again for another year. So we've decided that this year we're going to show up with as little as possible and feed no one and not have any sponsors except ourselves. And we're going to go enjoy everyone else's party and drink everyone else's booze, and everyone else's steak and crawfish and crab legs, and go to Danny's place.
And you're practicing tonight.
That's right. And we're practicing at the World Champion Squirrel Cook Off. And we get to go and hang out and have fun and eat and taste and drink and shake hands and kiss babies and not do all the work for a change. So
just come on down to Smokers Anonymous.
But Memphis in May, we're going to actually get out and have fun and mingle, hit all the big parties, and we're going to actually compete and focus at what we're there to do, which is win.
And winning's what you do best.
That's right.
Tell us about the American Royal.
Yeah, we went to
recently.
Been going to the American Royal since 2005, and have placed in the top 10 in every category at some point in time from then until now, but never been able to put it all together. But this year we're able to win first place in ribs. So
about that,
somebody asked us,
That's awesome.
What was so, did you know you had a great product? I'm like, hell, it was as good the day before as it was the day we won. So,
There you go.
I'm going to tell you this. Winning first place in ribs requires 1, good ribs, and 2, even more luck. So you have to be really lucky, and you have to have a good product, but you have to also be very, very lucky.
What kind of ribs are you cooking?
We cook compart spare ribs. Mm-hmm. I guess they're about a 2 3/4 down compart spare ribs, and it's a real simple process. I mean, this time is kind of funny because of how everything kind of shook out. While I was taking all of our big meats off of the big backwoods pit, we had let the lid open back up after everything came off, and was wrapping everything, and the temp dropped way down. So I had a buddy that had 2 pellet grills going. So what I do, I threw my ribs on the pellet grill to get them started. Meanwhile, we went and got everything finished, wrapped up, and back on the grill, but it was kind of slow to come back up because it had stayed open too long. So we started the ribs on the pellet grill. By the time the pellet grill got them, started about 2.5 hours into it, we wrapped them up. And the
time to wrap.
Process is simple. I mean, we put on White Lightning as a base coat. We put that on we put White Lightning on them in the morning when we put big meats on about 3 a.m. And it sits on there until about 6:30. And then we rub them down with barbecue rub and 3 different kinds of barbecue rub: Oak Ridge Secret Weapon, Oak Ridge Dominator, and my sweet rub of mine. So we put that on there, and they sit for another hour, and they went on the smoker for 2.5 hours, and they got wrapped. And when we wrapped them, we put turbinado sugar, we put European butter, and we put Captain Rodney's Bouquet Glaze, and a little sweet Swan of Mine vinegar sauce. Wrapped them up for another 2 hours or so, and every once in a while unwrap and check to see where the bones are coming apart. And I don't know if anyone else has a sort of an indicator of when ribs are done, but
what do you use?
We wrap them with the bone side up, and so we can pull the foil back really easily and look to see what the tenderness is. One, we feel the bones, but 2, when you peel the membrane off a slab of ribs, there's a secondary membrane, and that secondary membrane, as it starts to dissolve, it'll start on the ends of the slab and work its way in. And usually, when I've got 2 bones showing through on one side of the slab and 1 on the other, I'm perfect.
Wow.
So once you do that and you check in the center to make sure they're loose, then you know they're right. And they were that way kind of early. Open them up and let them sit and vent to stop cooking. Wrap them up, put them in the Canberra for about an hour. And then after that, you turn them back over, glaze them, put it back on the smoker for
Just let it set.
25 minutes. But this time we actually did 2 glazes. We did a glaze, and they set 15 minutes. We pulled them out, put another glaze and a spray with apple juice. Huh?
Don't give it all up.
I don't care. I mean, you got to execute, right?
Yeah, you can tell somebody what you're
If I
doing.
say, Mark, give me $1,000.
They still can't do it.
I can tell over all this shit. You still got to execute. People aren't going to do it, right?
Right.
Oh my God! I'm taking notes.
So you spray it. This Robert Smith had this spray with apple juice and grenadine, and he was spraying his chicken. It looked great. It made it pop and red, and so I sprayed it on my chicken. So I went over and grabbed this bottle and sprayed the ribs, and it made them pop a little bit. And that second glaze, and we cut them up, and they looked as good as they did the day before, and they tasted just as good, but not any better. And went in the box and turned them in the first place. And so you turn
Winner, rib dinner.
Yeah.
All
so
right.
I'll tell you this. Like you said, the year before I turned in hand in hand with a buddy of mine. We had his brisket was great and mine wasn't, so we cut all of our slices off of his brisket and built 2 boxes and turned them in. His was 15th and mine was 215th. It may have been 280th. I don't know, but it was in the 200s and his was 15th. Exact same time, same brisket. So that tells you a little bit about the luck, right? So the same thing with chicken. We cooked the same exact recipe of chicken. We prepped the exact same amount of legs. We put them on the same cooker. We pulled 6 off, and he pulled 6 off, and we turned them in, and they were turned in at the exact same time. The box was turned in together, and mine was 3rd, and his was 300th. So
wow.
So that goes to show you that you got to have a good product, but being lucky is as important as having a good product.
Better be lucky than good.
Well, it's like the diet of the animal. That animal ate something.
It's the same chicken, though.
Yes, chicken.
In that case.
Well, you get them from your own camp, so all your chickens were from the same source.
Yep, all the same source. So it's, you got to have a good recipe, and you got to be consistent. but at the end of the day, you have to hit the right tables. And the people that win consistently, you wonder, well, it's too much luck involved. Well, look at the people that win all the time.
Right.
Mojo. Yeah.
The people that win all the time, the guys that are cooking every weekend. And they're cooking. The reason they're winning is because they're consistent across categories.
Yeah.
You know, like the guy that won is Porky Butts.
Yeah.
And he's team of the year, right, last year. Mm-hmm. And he's consistent because he cooks 40 times a year. Yeah. Well, Travis Clark won the Invitational. I mean, no surprise that he won.
He cooks 28 weeks in a row.
He cooks all the time. So, in winning the Royal, overall, it's about consistency across the categories, not winning a category.
Wow.
The Royal.
Great.
Yeah.
How many teams were in it when you won the ribs?
450 or so, was it?
Wow. 450
teams or so.
Woo!
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And here's the coolest part about it. We didn't, if you go into it expecting to win, the only people that go in expecting to win are like Darren Worth and Travis Clark and those guys that cook and put the time in, and they know that they're in the winning every time. They're consistent. They're cooking what the judges want religiously. We don't cook that much. We cook maybe 10 contests a year. Big deal. So when it's time to leave our camp and go to the awards, we drive up behind the stage. And we're
Literally.
late. We're late going to awards. So when we turn the corner and look down pit row, and instead of people being everywhere, it was empty. Everyone's in front of the stage. So we keep on driving, and get behind the stage and park literally in front of the bartender behind the stage. The bartender at the hospitality tent. You guys want a drink? Yeah. Give me 4 Jack and Cokes. We pass the money straight out the window, roll the window up back in the air conditioning, and we're like, hey, he's starting to announce the awards. So you roll the window down. We can't hear him. Dadgummit, I can't hear him. Can y'all hear him? No. Turn the truck off. Can't hear him still. So, I know Anella with Snake River. She's got to be FaceTiming this thing. So, or Facebook Live. So we pull up Facebook Live and Anella. Sure enough, she's right in front of the stage, filming the whole thing. Sync it to the truck, roll the windows back up, turn the air conditioning up, crack another beer and a handful of popcorn, and we got a show.
Get your popcorn ready.
So we're watching it from behind the stage on an 8-second Facebook Live delay. So that was the coolest part. We got to see everyone else heard our name when they announced it. Everybody stood up clapping, and we're like, I wonder who won? Who won? And they called our name out. We're like, holy crap! So it took like 35 seconds for us to get up on the stage. So anyway, it was pretty cool that we had that huge delay and everyone was clapping. We had some good pictures, and first place ribs. We didn't win anything overall, but I'm just as happy as if we'd won.
That had to have been a great feeling, didn't it?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. Everybody out there rooting you on. That's the cool part,
That's
good stuff.
Whether it's barbecue, steak, everybody cheers for everyone. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, cool. Thanks for talking about that. Who do we want to talk to? You want to talk to Goose for a second? You got something?
We do have a few celebrities here in the room. We're
I
at the
would think
World
so.
Squirrel Cook Off.
Yes.
We're with the previous winner.
We're with last year's world champion right now, as a matter of fact.
Last year?
2 years.
2 years ago.
That's 2 years.
Dan Judd
You won it
and
2 years
Goose.
ago.
No, we
2 years ago you won it. Okay.
So
bygones.
here is Dan Judd. Let's talk about your experience there at the World Squirrel when you won. What you made.
Well,
Did you have any Bud Light that day is the question.
we always start out with a cooler full of Bud Light
It's a way to
and a
plan.
nice machine full of ice.
Planning for the best. I like
That's how we
that.
start. And we got down there early.
About 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Overrated. Keep going.
Where you were hunting squirrels, or you already
Yeah.
got them?
Oh, no. First of all, me and my boys, we go out to my dad's farm and we get squirrels. I sit on the tailgate.
You talking
and I
them into
say,
giving up, right?
there they are, boys. Have at it. And they shoot them and they can run them down faster than I can, so I don't even try no more. And then Carson got a chigger full of legs, or leg full of chiggers.
Man, that could be painful.
Yeah.
Every leg.
A chigger full of legs. That's
I
rough. That hurts.
I had a leg full of chiggers. They hurt.
Chiggers, man. Oh,
You know.
man.
Better than a rooster cone full of chiggers.
But anyway,
Ba-dum-bum. Thanks. We'll be here all night.
we got lots of squirrels, and we put them to use. We made squirrel empanadas.
Oh.
Squirrel
And-
What's
empanadas.
an empanada?
It is a...
It sounds excellent.
What?
Pretty much.
Empanada is a deep fried taco.
Okay.
Yes, and
And
we had no idea what we was really doing.
Our buddy Tim Owens, he helped us all the way.
That's right.
What was in the taco?
Well,
Squirrel.
Squirrel. Well, we kind of gathered that there.
yeah.
Tortilla.
Other than the drunk squirrel, what else was in there?
Pressure cooked them and got them down to tenderness, and then fried them, and there was all kinds of good stuff in there. But
You can't tell us that, right?
if I could remember, I would.
If you can remember it.
That's 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Where are you going tomorrow?
We're going
Kimberling
to
City.
Kimberling City.
Hey, we're
Missouri.
back to steak.
Yeah.
Kimberling City tomorrow.
Yeah.
Why are you going there?
Well, we hate to miss the squirrel deal, but
Well, we had pictures. We would show both of your rings.
yeah, that's true.
These rings, yes.
We're just trying to stay in the running.
Yes, there's going to be 42 teams there tomorrow.
Yeah.
There's teams driving all the way from Iowa. They're coming from Iowa, Nebraska. Got some Texas teams, some Arkansas. Might even be someone from Choklahoma there. We'll see.
Pinky ring.
We shall see.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think Saffron's
Jim
gonna
Altick's
take
running
a
that event. It's his
fantasy
first solo
photo.
event.
There we go.
Jim is 100% ready for this event. So he is, talked to him tonight. He's really excited. It's their first time event to have 42 teams.
Yeah, he's
Going to
doing
be
good
great.
on that.
Yeah, he's done a great
He
job
said he had the
promoting it.
top 3 steak and the top 5 barbecue.
So the top 3 in points right now are you, Dan Ewer, and Scott Lindley.
Yes,
and
sir.
Scott's actually in second. I
Yes.
don't want to get those out of order. But yeah, you're going to have all 3. It'll be a great challenge. Plus 39 others that want to beat you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a, what's that on our back?
A little target.
Bullseye.
Got a bullseye on your back?
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was a big bag of nothing. No?
Bag of nothing.
Brett, tell us where we're at. Describe the environment we're broadcasting from tonight.
We're actually in Dan Judd's man cave, and I'm sitting in this nice chair he gave me, and on one wall over here behind
gave you?
Saffron.
Who gave you?
Goose gave me this chair.
Again.
It matches my phone. It's lime green. It's special. But behind Ken over here, Mark Lambert, we've got some trophies on the wall. There's a Bud Light surfboard. It looks like a bar. I mean, this is a man cave. He's got a refrigerator over here with some bait in it. It's a live bait fridge.
Trophies.
There's more trophies.
Fucking Hobart's like
About 80 bottles of rub,
Stuffed squirrel.
200 bags of potato chips.
and all the missing Kingsford charcoal.
Yeah. Teams wonder where those extra bags of charcoal went. I think I found them. There must be 40 bags in here.
You gave us those.
I know, I'm messing with you.
Okay.
And then you got some trash down below there. I don't know what that is, but that doesn't belong there.
There is neighbors.
They're the neighbors. So you walk around the other side here. We got what looks to be a stage with a sound system. What is that for?
That's for
That
everybody that wants
has-
to come in here.
Anybody that wants to plug
That has
in?
been for going out and hanging out with us at the river. People hear that 2 hours before they get there.
I bet they do. And then he's got what is that dune buggy thing? What is that? A 4-wheeler from,
That's
A
right
razor or
down
something?
the
That's
wood.
just a razor.
okay. And then you've got this
Okay,
really cool.
We're good. We're off track. Let's talk to Danny a little bit about
No, I want to talk about the truck.
the truck. Let's talk
I
about
want to
That is
annoy
a
Ken as much as
Bronco.
possible. If he's not
Where's the
talking, he
keys?
gets upset. What else? All right, let's talk about
Bronco.
Ken's dirty boots.
Okay.
Yeah, got
All
the
right.
boots, kicking charcoal. No, I was going to talk about some of the events Danny's picked up in the.
All right, let's do that. Here we go.
Go ahead.
3 or 4 going.
Oh, yes, we have a lot going on in the Mid-South area.
This I don't want to do.
This is, we got Jonesboro, we have Tuscaloosa, we got Burgerfest coming on, and we just recently signed Mahalia again.
Yes.
I'm excited about that one. I'm also excited about the one in Memphis at the Burgerfest Festival there. I think that's got the potential to be a huge event for all of us. Then we got Southland. That's the one that's kind of...
It's going to be good.
Yeah, it's going to be really good. I think it's got a chance to really top the teams down there that want to be local down and do well. So,
About 75 teams.
yeah, 75 teams, something like that. And Brett and I are going to be down there, and we're going to make it happen down there.
Going to be Saffron,
Where are you going to be, Ken?
Australia.
Oh, really? Australia?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Ken's going to be in Australia that
Our
week.
second.
Our second. How many Australian comps are on the books now?
There's going to be 3 next year. The whole 3 meat
All 3 meat stocks.
stocks are going to be SCA events next year.
So that would actually be New Zealand as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I will
So
be
how many
going-
countries is that?
New
Ooh.
Zealand makes 10.
Can you hear the
10.
thinking?
Yeah,
We're
click,
thinking
click,
music
10.
here. 10 countries. That's pretty cool.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm jealous. I'm going to let you know right now. I'm very jealous of you. Very, very jealous.
You know, have you ever seen the movie Tom Hanks was in where he got stranded UPS guy? FedEx guy?
Oh,
that guy?
yeah, Castaway.
Castaway.
Yeah.
That's a movie on Danny's life story. He
Oh,
was
really?
the executive that got stranded there. No one knows that.
Yeah.
I saw the volleyball in his house. It's really quite impressive.
Yeah.
Did you
First,
see Wilson at his house?
I heard you wanted Tom Cruise to play instead of
Wilson
Tom
was
Hanks.
prominent at my house. Okay, that's all I got to say. You know, Tom Hanks, nah, but Wilson was there. I can tell you that. Yeah.
Well, we thank you for being a part of SCA and all you do for
Sure.
Well,
former company.
we have lots of things coming into works here for next year. I assure you of that. There's some. I can tell you right now, there's 4 events that I'm really excited about, and as soon as I get those nailed down, it will be exciting.
I'm
Mark?
excited about Whitehall, Arkansas the same weekend. I mean, you've got Southland Greyhound Park, you've got Whitehall, Arkansas, you've got
Whitesboro, Texas.
Whitesboro, Texas, then you've got Arlington, Tennessee's MBN competition, and they're talking about doing a state cook-off, but I don't know where they come out of nowhere in left field, but what's your name, Sandy?
Yes.
Sandy puts together this Whitehall competition that pays $2,000 for steak, first place, and $2,000 for backyard chicken. I mean, come on. I mean, the biggest KCBS contest that you know of don't pay $2,000 first place chicken, and then $2,000 for ribs, for backyard ribs, $750 for People's Choice, for, and I guess it's wings.
Damn.
I mean, it's a huge weekend. So my team's going to Arlington. I'm going to Whitehall, Arkansas to try to win some money.
But think about this, Mark. This is the next 6 weeks. This is the opportunity for everybody that wants a chance to go to Billy Bob's and win $15,000.
Yep.
Whether it be in Whitehall, Southland, Jonesboro, Cleveland, Tuscaloosa.
Yep.
It doesn't matter.
By hell,
By hell,
by God, by hell.
by God, I hell you. That's right. It doesn't matter. There's an opportunity there for somebody to win and have that qualification to go to Fort Worth. And folks, let me tell you, if you've never been there, oh my God. All I got to tell you is that Friday night, if you're not there, whoo, all I got to say is you have missed a party. That's all I got
And
to
if
say.
you don't think you can get you can get a ticket to Billy Bob's, guess what? I showed up at Little Rock with 78 teams and got one the first contest I ever did. So guess what? I've sucked high and tit ever since. But that doesn't really matter. I showed up and won a golden ticket to Billy Bob's, the first contest I cooked. So
that's
you
what
can go out and do it.
That's what we're saying. Between now until
Yeah.
the 21st, there are so many contests in Texas, in Memphis, in Arkansas. You have an opportunity to get to Billy Bob's and win $15,000. I mean, that's some serious money. And like Goose was saying a while ago, there is a serious party on Thursday night and on Friday night. And not to say
Imagine.
Trace Atkins is going to be at Billy Bob's on Saturday night.
You know who else is? The Squirrel Man, Joe Wilson.
Joe Wilson's going to be there. That's right. Joe the man is going to be there.
He is our MC for
That is going
That's
to be
right. He is going to be the MC.
See if you can run anybody out of the building.
Yeah, he may offend a person or two. I don't know.
Oh, really?
If you don't laugh listening to Joe Wilson,
Oh, my
You better
God.
check your
you
pulse.
better check your pulse.
That's
Because
correct. I'm gonna move this on to my.
What about getting drunk?
That too.
It may happen too.
I'm gonna move this on to Saffron here. She's from the southeast or southwest coast. She's trying to get something going on down over there.
What part of?
Yeah, the Pacific Northwest side of the world. Yeah.
That would be the northwest.
No big deal.
coast.
Who's paying attention? No big deal.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the country.
So I guess we're feeling a little bit left out in Washington State, Montana area. So
we want to do
we are
events there.
working on it. We are
Please.
working on it. Guys, if you're listening, because I know you all listen to the radio station, track me down. I can't afford to keep going to Australia to compete, so we need to get something a little bit more local. So that would be awesome. So I sort of opened up this little show with my cool little accent, and I'm going to finish it up and say thank you all for listening, and the antics here in this room. We've all emptied our cans, so we've got to get a refill, and we'll catch you next time.